B.R. Ambedkar once said, and I quote, I measure the progress of a community by the degree of progress women have achieved. A very warm greetings. I am Rudrani Datta, and I'm going to start by quoting Mahatma Gandhi, where he said, the soul of India lives in its villages. Now, let us all take a moment and ponder how a fine amalgamation of these two quotes possibly draws the best silhouette for the entire narrative and discussion of the question raised by the House: is feminism a reality in rural India? Feminism. Feminism has been lately into a facade of explanation and myriads of attacking and counter-attacking. Taking an excerpt of technical definition, feminism can be defined as a doctrine which advocates social, political, and all other sorts of rights of women. Now, lost in this play of semantics and the privileged disposition of when they oppose or support this entire ideology, one of the paradigm goes totally unnoticed. The paradigm is that of the mere credibility of feminism in rural India. The huge stratification and gap between the rural and urban setup, be it in any country and as well as India, is something which is huge, and it is going on expanding day in and day out. There is no any positive improvement or response which is present till date. There are a vast number of studies made by various researchers, teachers, academicians, and students who show how exclusionary these social structures and these benefits, which otherwise claim to bolster the women's rights and talks about feminism at large, are. The various ordeals of feminism and the core intricacies of feminism are scarcely attuned to feed the rural India. In 2018, when #MeToo movement reverberated across the globe, in the rural counterparts in rural India, the women were just coming out of their homes to just realize and just disown the invisibility that has been going on and on them since their birth. When the ordeals of feminism was dealing with sexual harassment at workplace, our rural counterparts and the women in rural India were just pacing up and was in the lowest level to just deny forced marriages. The Mahila Mandals, or the women gathering in villages, and the type of narrative that goes around is something which where we see the women who recounts the horror stories of body ache and denial of attention and medical treatment. But this is something which is in extensive contrast to the urban counterparts, where the discussion revolves around equal representation. This shows how the non-existence of ordeals of feminism and the preconceived notions of feminism in urban areas is totally a phantasm for the rural people. In a village where sitting on a cart, the bed is seen to be a symbol of privilege, talking about the existing norms of feminism is definitely not a reality. In a village or in a place where getting a square meal a day is seen as a privilege, talking about feminism and bashing patriarchy is taking us nowhere. This is high time that we all understand that feminism functions in tandem with caste, economic bolstering, and many more other things. And this is the only reason why hyper-local media organization for women in rural areas like Khabar Lahariya are the only way forward. At last but not the least, urban realities of feminism time and again has failed to take into consideration the rural setups, and this leads to nothing but callous urban feminism, which still remains a delusion for the women in rural India to accept feminism. Thank you.